Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will build a serverless application with AWS CodeStar in AWS Cloud 9. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Azure Cloud Chef. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you will be notified as soon as I insert or upload the new video. Thank you. Let me just give you a brief of what we are going to do in this video. In this tutorial, we will learn how to use AWS CodeStar and AWS Cloud 9 to develop, build and deploy a Node.js serverless web application. This Cloud 9 is a cloud IDE integrated development environment for writing, running and debugging the code. Cloud 9 comes packaged with essential tools for many popular programming languages: JavaScript, Python, PHP, and with CodeStar you can set up the continuous delivery tool chain in minutes, allowing the releasing codes far faster. So let me just quickly log on to the Amazon console and take it from there. Alright, I am into the console. I will look for services and would look for CodeStar. Here it is. Quickly develop, build and deploy the application. It'll take seconds. Okay, we can keep, and after clicking on to the CodeStar, we will then create and deploy a serverless AWS Lambda Node.js project. Start a project. CodeStar can assist us by administrating AWS resources on our behalf. To enable this feature, CodeStar needs to create an AWS service role for us. So on the create a role, I will say yes, create role, and I am permissions on your behalf. Okay, it has created the role itself on the backend. Now on the choose a program project template page, we will choose the Node.js template, which is this, which is a web application and running AWS Lambda, running serverless. In this video we are choosing Node.js, but you can use JavaScript, PHP, Ruby, whatever you feel like. Click on Node.js, and the project details page, project name would be JS serverless project. I am selecting code commit, highly available Git source controls from AWS, includes encryption, IAM integration and more. This would be repository name, and I click on next. On the review project details page, notice CodeStar will set up a complete continuous integration pipeline using code commit for version control. Here it is, source build. It will use code commit as a source. It will use code build to build the project, and for testing it will use code build. Then for deployment it will use AWS CloudFormation, and monitoring it will use Amazon Cloud Watch. Okay, I will create project, and it will maintain this by itself. You will not have to worry about the servers, patching, uptime, anything else. On the setup tool page, under pick how you want to edit your code, select AWS Cloud 9, which is this. It says edit your AWS CodeStar project code with cloud-based IDE. That includes a command line interface. Select next. On the setup your AWS Cloud 9 environment page, under recommended instances, select t2.micro and then select 9. Next, let's keep all the features as default. And now the AWS CodeStar will set up your project and connect it to your Cloud 9 IDE. In a few minutes you will get a success. Your project and IDE are set up and ready to use. It says setting up the project. This can take a few minutes, setting up the AWS Cloud 9. So let me just pause the video and come back. Alright, it says your project and IDE are set up and ready to use. Welcome back. Now we'll have to find the application endpoints title and select the link between the horizontal bars. It says welcome to the Node.js server project, the project of the name that we selected. It says see my environments and the application endpoints. It is the application endpoints. If I open it up, it says congratulations, you just created a Node.js web application. It is a serverless application. Okay, it takes me to the home page. Nice. Let me go back to now the change, then deploy your application. In this step we will make changes to the application code with Cloud 9, then commit the changes to the code commit, which will tell the code pipeline to automatically trigger the build of the code. So back in the AWS CodeStar dashboard, here we are. Now CodeStar will clone your Git repository into the Cloud9 environment. So on the bottom of the Cloud9 ID, the bash tab, change directory to start working with your code. Source, build, continuous deployment. It is the commit history. We can use the build code. It'll take few seconds. Takes me to my repository on which the code is placed for this application. AWS Cloud9. We'll select start coding. It will open it in the Cloud9 environment, and it will use Cloud9 IDE in the browser. So let it come up. Here it is. It will take its time. In the bash window it will come, and we'll have to change the directory to the working with the code using the command. Here we are, EC2 user. We'll go with cd home ec2-user / environment / Node.js / serverless. Enter. Now it is always a best practice to set up the Git username and the user email when we set up a new Cloud9 environment. So let's use git config global user -name, my username, git config global user email, my email. Okay, now that we have the environment set up completely, we are ready to start developing. In the Cloud9 IDE, select the navigate tab on the left, index.html. Here it is. It is the index.html file. Let me see if I can bring this down. It is my index.html file. Let me select Control F and look for application string. It is on my line 62. It says you just created a Node.js web application. Now in the Cloud9 ID, add 3 exclamation points after the. Okay, let's add 1, 2, 3. I've made these changes, and then I can hit Control S. All changes saved. Using the bash tab at the bottom of the Cloud9 here it is. Okay, let me look for git status. It says your branch is up to date with the master. To update will be committed. Use git add file to update what will be committed. Modify. Okay, this, see, it says we have modified. Okay, it says we have modified this file, and it says no changes had added to commit. Use git add or git commit to commit the changes. You have modified the index.html file. It has been aware that, look at these files have been changed. Okay, now we'll have to stage the changes and push them to the master branch in the code commit, wherein we have the git, the version control repository that we're using from Amazon. Okay, then I'll use git add public index.html git commit -m messages, add 3 bangs. So I'm committing my changes to the master branch with the message what changes have been done. It says 1 file changed, 1 insertion, 1 deletion. Okay, now I'll push the changes to the master, which will be git push origin master. Okay, it's pushing my changes to the master. After pushing the changes to the master branch in code commit, code pipeline will trigger the continuous deployment process. We'll monitor the process by accessing the CodeStar dashboard and scrolling down to the continuous deployment. Let's go to the CodeStar and see the continuous deployment here. Okay, once the code has reached the deploy, confirm your changes. See, build is in the progress. You can see the scroll bar moving. So commit has been done, succeeded, and now the build is in the progress. It is done automatically using the continuous deployment. I pushed my changes from using the git command to the master branch. Master branch in the code commit, master branch was changed. Automatically it triggered the build process to build the code, to do the testing, to the performance testing of my code using the code build from Amazon. It will take its time to do the code build process, and then it will use the code deploy. We'll have to wait here. The build process succeeded. Now it's deploying my changes and it's using the cloud formation. So when I created the serverless project using the AWS Lambda at the backend, I deployed a Node.js web app to the serverless environment of AWS, and to deploy that I used code commit for my source control system, which is from AWS. Then to build and do the performance testing, it uses the code build, and to deploy it uses the cloud formation. It's not using code deploy at this moment, it's using code the cloud formation. So source would be code commit, wherein my code was stored, the version control repository, and I used git command. When I made the changes in the code, I had to push them into the master branch repository using the git command with the message. So it says deployment is in progress. So earlier our message was you just created a Node.js web application, and we added 3 banks, 3 exclamation marks at the end. We'll have to see if the deployment went successfully. Then again we have to click on this endpoint and see if our example app shows 3 banks at the end or not. This was the code, and this, if I show you index.html, here it is. This was the line we changed. We saved it, and this was what we are getting. And let us see if it's still in progress. All right, it says succeeded. Let us go to the endpoint. Well, let me just refresh this page if that works. Okay, you just created a Node.js web application with 3 banks. Perfect. So I hope this was informative to all of you guys. Please don't forget to comment on the videos with your feedback, and share and like this video as much as possible. Till next time, have a good day. Bye-bye.